In example 2, we need to use our knowledge of cofunction trigonometric ratios to evaluate the following. We have a statement here that the cosine of theta is equal to the sine of 23 degrees, and we're wondering what theta is. You can look at this kind of intuitively if you have an understanding of that second concept video, and you'll note that these are cofunctions. This is cosine, and this is just sine. And we know that the relationship between this angle and this angle is that they must add up to 90 degrees. So if we took 90 minus 23, we should get 67. Theta here must be 67 for this to work out. You can verify this quite easily in your calculator as long as you're in degree mode. I always like to check just real quick before I do a calculation. So we've got the cosine of 67 and the sine of 23. Yep, they're totally the same thing. For those of you that are thinking about this a little bit more algebraically, you might remember that the cosine of theta is equal to the sine of 90 minus theta. If we look at this relationship, then 23 degrees must be equal to this part right here, 90 minus theta. We could subtract 90. So we've got 23 minus 90, which is negative 67. That's equal to negative theta. Multiplying by negative 1, we would get theta also to be 67 degrees. This is an alternate method. It's not necessary. This one's kind of short and easy, but if you were wondering how the algebra kind of worked out, well, there you go. Part B is equally as easy. You need to verify that you have cofunctions. So we've got the tangent here and the cotangent. So they are cofunctions. We know now that these two angles must add up to 90 degrees. So the only value that will work here for theta is going to be 12 degrees, or 90 minus 78. Sometimes it's easy to make a mistake here. I have a tendency for some reason to make this 22. I just do 100 minus 78 from time to time, or I see the 9 and the 7 and I make a 2 here. So I want to give you a way that you can check this in your calculator. You can type in the tangent of 78, which is about 4.7, and we need to do the cotangent now. Notice that your calculator doesn't have a cotangent button, and it's not this blue one up here. That's something entirely different. That's an inverse relationship. We're talking about a reciprocal relationship. So to find the cotangent, what we need to do is take 1 and divide it by the tangent. In this case, we want theta, which we think is 12 degrees. And we're hoping that these two expressions will work out to be the same value. And indeed they are. So that's one good thing to know about evaluating reciprocals. If you're checking your work here, this problem obviously deals with cofunctions, but if you're typing this into your calculator, that's the way that you want to do it.